try that again. Hi, welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tonya, and this is a YouTube channel. We are about 4.5 years old. We started in November of 2021. Is that right? So long ago. I started it with my son. If you guys are new here, we do have some new folks, so thank you so much for joining us. This is a channel I started with my son, and he's been pulled away on other adventures the last year or so, and so now it's me, and he pops in. He will be over here to say hi today because I need his help with something with you guys, so he will be over here. But I am already getting led astray. I'm Tonya. The channel is Karma's a Stitch, and I talk about knitting and crochet projects. What the layout of my videos are is I have an app on my iPad, and it's a dice app, and it rolls the dice, and I have some cubbies in my house up against a wall. I call it my whip wall. And these dice roll which cubby I'm going to go to, and several of the cubbies have multiple projects in there, and so it'll tell me which project to take out of the cubby. And I'm sorry if the lighting is changing, but I have the lights in my house off, and I'm sitting in front of a window, and it appears as though a cloud just went in front of the sun. So I do apologize if there's a bunch of light shifting today. But I have a lot to share. You guys, this is episode 100. And I almost felt like I needed to do a giveaway. And I think maybe I would. But it wasn't going to be something just random. So because I didn't think about it and prepare something, I wasn't just going to willy-nilly it. I'll come up with something soon. But yeah, 100 episodes. And I know that there are several of you that have been here from the very beginning. So thank you so much for being a part of this community. It has been so much fun to get to know several of you. We have cast-on parties, which we'll talk about. We've started playing bingo. We've had a lot of fun. We have Zoom meetings, and it's just been a really great community. And so thank you for being a part of it. Here comes the sun. I have lots of stuff to show you guys, some exciting stuff. I have an FO this week. So I guess I'll start there. Last week, I rolled, the Strip Stream shawl, by Aspen Knits. And I showed you guys a picture last week, and I will show you where I was at. Here's a lovely picture of this project. Isn't that so beautiful? So at one end, you're using one color as the main color, and then another color as the contrast. But by the time you get to the other end, those have reversed. So this contrast color becomes the main, and this contrast color was the main over here. And that was, it was so much fun to work through. And once I sat down, it was such a quick knit. Holy cow, it was such a speedy, quick project. And the rows were short. They weren't long rows, they were manageable. I got several rows done while I was waiting for dye pots to heat up and while wool was soaking. So I had a lot of fun with this project. I did have, I'll show you what I have for leftovers. This was done on a US 5. I ended up using my ChowGoo, I want to say it was like a 40-inch. But it was on a US 5. So as far as leftovers that will go in my scrap sack. Oh wow, have you ever tried to grab lots of little balls? Let's see, I'm gonna have to do 2 handfuls. So this is what I have left. They're all about this size because I use the same amount of each color. So that's what I have left. It'll be easy for me to to weigh it completely and then see what I have left over. And that's how I'll get my yardage. So it does feel good. Do you want to see the FO? I'm trying to get signed in to my, sorry about that. I was trying to get signed into my iPad, my Google Calendar, so I could see dates and stuff. So yeah, I do have a little bit of leftovers, but this project is finished. Do you want to see it on? I'll show you where I was last week. Let's see here. Here's my progress keeper. I did make a fun video. I don't know how it turned out, so I'll show you here too. Here's my stitch marker. So that's how much I had done last week when we pulled it out of the project bag. It's absolutely beautiful. It has been blocked. I did block it last night. But you guys, look at this. Look at how pretty. So yeah, if you look at this end, and this is the opposite end, you see how the two ends switch color schemes? Am I making this super awkward to see? I'm sure I explained it and it made sense. But yeah, so the contrast color here is the main color on this side. And then as you work your way up, they switch. They switch places. And it's gonna make this absolutely beautiful, lightweight. Holy cow, it's super light. And this is how I tend to wear mine. Isn't that so great? I love it. I love it. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. Yeah, and it was enough change in the stitches and the pattern and the lacy bits and the color changes. It was just a really fast knit, you guys. So if you're looking for something that it really was quick. I mean, I finished it yesterday. I finished it, it took me less than a week. And that's with lots of other stuff going on. Lots of other stuff. So I now have the dilemma of, do I weave in my ends or pick up my next whip? Whew, that is never really been a dilemma before for me. But I have this new coin system where I have the coin that says weave in ends, or just pick up my next whip. We're gonna flip the coin. I am gonna get Anthony over here to help me with that. 1 second. Okay, so he magically appears. Here he is. Hello. Anthony's here, and he's going to videotape me with his camera as I flip the coin, just so you know there are two sides to it. It doesn't just say pick up next whip. There is a side that says weave in ends. So Anthony's gonna videotape me while I do this, so you guys know I don't cheat. You ready, buddy?
Ready.
Try not to get the mess everywhere else.
Okay.
Okay, my desk, on this corner of the desk.
This is your work spot.
The rest of my desk is not this tidy. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we get a good spin on it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I say we do best 2 out of 3.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
You gotta.
Come on.
No.
No, just do best 2 out of 3. Come on. Come on, work with me here, kid.
Okay.
You ready?
Because you don't like that answer,
okay.
doesn't mean that you.
Best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Okay, best 2 out of 3, right? Right?
Mm.
Oh, that didn't count. Yeah! No. I will. I'll weave in the ends. That's what I got. It's not best 2 out of 3. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
So I will weave in those ends, and I will show you guys that the ends have been woven in at the end of this video. I am going to roll the dice because it is Tuesday and I have my nail appointment and I need to know what I'm taking with me to the nail salon, so that I can, hey buddy, would you send me that video?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. So we are going to roll the dice, and I will take that project with me so I can weave in the ends, and I won't start knitting on the next project, but I do want to roll the dice so we can see what that project is going to be. So let me get my iPad back. I'm just closing out all the apps right now so you guys can see the nice reflection from my window. Okay, look at all those awful apps. Okay, so here we are. There's nothing else open. Nothing else is open. So we're gonna open the dice app and we're gonna roll the dice. We're gonna go to cubby 14 and take the second project out of cubby 14 if there's 2 projects. If there's only one, then we're just gonna take that only project. So let's go see what's in cubby 14 too. Okay, so here is the whip wall. There's nothing, because I had an FO, I don't have to put anything else on there. So these 2 projects down here in cubby 17 and 18, those projects are going to just stay right there. It keeps them out of rotation a little bit. Those are the most recent projects that I worked on that I had to put back on the whip wall. So we're going to go to cubby 14. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You guys know what that is? I've already rolled it once this year. Let's see here. Let's go take a look. Okay, so like I said, I have already rolled this once this year, but it has been at least 3 weeks because I am putting those projects in those outer 2 cubbies. So the most recent ones are in those outer 2, and I have a 16-sided dice. But this is my Stephen West Slipstravaganza blanket. Look at that. I'm very excited to work on this project. I think this will be a great project for this week because I have a pretty exciting weekend, and I think this will be an amazing project to work on this weekend. So that's the one that will be going with me. I will take the slipstream wrap with me to the nail salon today and weave in those ends. I did roll that coin or flip that coin, and it does say that I need to weave in my ends before I start my next project, which will be just fine. That's what I'll do. I have a few more things to share with you guys though. I have a few new acquisitions. I'll start with the small one. Erica is the yarn shop owner, and she gets these little needle stoppers or stitch stoppers, whatever you want to call them. But anytime there's Highland Cow ones that come in, and they're different themed, I try to grab those. Or Erica has gotten me several, and I got a little package that said Tonya's Herd because there were several of them in there. But last week she got these new ones in, and I was like, holy cow, I didn't even know we got these. And so I took a pack off the shelf so that I could buy them. And another one of the ladies that works there came to me and she's like, Tonya, I pulled these aside for you. So I got 2 new sets. And it says, just a little moody. Can you guys read that? Oh my gosh, how freaking cute. Yeah, so you just put that on your needle if you're not sure what I'm talking about. But yeah, super excited about those. I got another Highland Cow set. But I did get 2 of these that say just a little moody. Now, my local yarn shop, I'm lucky enough to live in an area where I have more than one option, and you can't go wrong. No matter what shop you go to within a 2.5-hour road trip, you're not gonna hit a bad one. So I have 3 Loves, which is the one I volunteer at. I have I Yarn For You, which is about the same distance away, but in the opposite direction. And that shop owner is just as lovely. And she's the one that has started dyeing Trilogy yarn. She's the one that bought Trilogy yarn from our friend Nancy. And just a lovely, lovely shop. You cannot go wrong between these two shops. And then about 2.5, not even 2.5 hours, depending on who's driving, we have another one that's called the Yarn Shop in Twin Falls. And let me just say that that shop, when you walk in, is just, it's just inviting, and it's cozy, and she does such a lovely job with her displays. I know that I've included a walkthrough of her shop when we went down there for a Blue Savannah trunk show recently. So anyway, I'm lucky enough to have several lovely, wonderful yarn shop options available to me. I'm stumbling over words. However, when I say my local yarn shop, I'm usually talking about Three Loves, because I am in there at least once a week. Well, Erica is the yarn shop owner over there, and some of you have met Erica, and she's just amazing. And she had a D-stash, or what she ended up calling a community trunk show. And it's where everybody, I say everybody, all of the whole community of that yarn shop, all the patrons and knit night folks and students of classes and teachers of classes and just everybody that's part of that community went through their stashes and brought their tubs of stuff in. And I mean, I know there was one lady who brought in like 4 tubs of stuff that she was ready to de-stash. And Erica and the staff at Three Loves went through it all and priced it and made labels so that when it was just so smooth the way she executed this community trunk show, so that they took a couple of weeks to get everybody's stuff in and priced and labeled, and they put it out on display in the back room of her yarn shop. And then we got to go in and buy from other members of our community and things they wanted to de-stash. And then Erica had a way of tracking whose was what's and what went where and all of that. And so it was just a brilliant idea. And they did a very lovely job with that. But I said, I'm not going to go into that de-stash. I don't need anything. There's nothing that I need. I have everything. I have everything I could possibly want. I have more yarn than I will ever knit with. There's nothing that I need. And then Erica was doing her live last week and she's like, oh, these are some of the things that everybody's brought in. And look at this lovely, it's like a quilted pocketed thing that had a set of likey DPNs. And I know DPNs are not for everybody. I am one who I love working with DPNs. They are my favorite to work with for hats or sleeves or socks. The magic loop, the 9-inch circulars, the two, yeah, I love DPNs. And she shows this, and then our friend Kimber, I shouldn't say names. I'm gonna call her Timber. No, our friend pipes up and she's like, oh, that's mine. Ha ha ha. I think it's great that you're picking my stuff as something to show. So I messaged Kimber and I said, in the future, if you're going to be de-stashing, I believe that you should allow your dear close friends to come shopping your de-stash first. Right? Isn't that how that should work? I really think that that's how that should work. She just laughed at me. And I said, well, I'm going to have to get there first thing in the morning because I want that DPN set. And as it turned out, because Erica does her live on Tuesday and then I volunteer on Wednesday. This is so much more information than you guys need, and I'm so sorry. If you need to take a minute to take a sip, let's do that. So Wednesday I get there to volunteer, and I'm telling Erica, this is ridiculous. I can't believe she didn't let us go shopping through her D-stash first. And she said, and later on in the day on Wednesday, Erica's like, hey, I had this woman and her 10-year-old daughter come in, and they requested a private lesson, a private crochet lesson for the 10-year-old daughter to learn how to crochet. And I said, oh, that's so exciting. She said, yeah, I did it. I scheduled it for 11 o'clock on Friday. So if that doesn't work for you, here's their number. Feel free to call and reschedule. But if that does work for you, that's when they'll be here. And I said, oh, that'll work just fine. So as it turned out, the yarn shop opens at 11 o'clock on Friday. So I had to be at the opening of the D-stash anyway. And if I were to tell you that I was the first person in the parking lot, that would include Kimber and Erica, because I was there when the doors opened. I was there. I was there first. And so I went in and I got, you guys look at this. Okay. So when I open this, and I know DPNs aren't for everybody, but when you open this, look at that. So these are Likey DPNs. Okay. And the smallest size, let's see here, is a US 0, which is a 2 millimeter. And the largest size, as I'm looking at this, am I squinting like an old lady? Don't answer that. I don't want to know. The largest size is a US 13, which is a 9 millimeter. And it's got everything in between. So it's got I've got this set, and Kimber made this. How freaking amazing, you guys. I loved it. So yes, I was there first thing. And I have to thank Erica for that, because she didn't realize when she scheduled that class that it was on the first day of this big community trunk show. And we had to find a different place for me to teach the class because the classroom was full of tables. It was just meant to be, is basically what I told myself. It was just meant to be, so that I had to get there earlier than because I don't normally go Fridays. Anyway, so I got some DPNs. And since I was there, of course, I mean, I do volunteer there. But when I say the staff did this, it's everybody else that did it. Like, I helped put yarn in bags, and I helped customers while they organized yarn. I went in and I helped with a few little things in the scheme of things. Like, there was so much that went into this community trunk show, and I didn't do the part that I did wasn't a whole lot. So when I got to look around, because my student turned out to be late for that class, which was fine, but I did get to look around, and I came across this stuff, and I saw it several times. And when everybody was looking and everybody was looking through stuff, and it was there, and I kept going back to it. And so I did get it, and it is cotton. You see how super, let's see if I can get this end out. Do you see how thick that is? I'll put a picture in of what I want to make, and I'm going to make two of them, one for Alex and one for me. They're going to be matchy match. But this is color 203, which is called briny salad. It's 200 grams, okay? And 57 yards in 200 grams. And it's called super bulky. I just think that's massive bulky, but they call it super bulky. 85% recycled cotton, 15% recycled polyester. For knitting, it does say recommend US 15 to 17. Erica had been eyeballing it too. She's like, do you want me to swatch that for you? Would you like me to swatch that for you? 1 second. Sorry, it was a phone call from Alex's dad. He doesn't normally call me in the middle of his workday, especially when I don't have Alex. So there was that minor interruption. He took her to a YMCA camp for today. Anyway, you don't need all that information. He forgot to pack her a lunch. So I need to go get her some lunch. So we're gonna wrap this up real quick so that I can get her lunch before her lunchtime. So yes, the super bulky. I will put in a picture of what I plan on making. My gauge, I believe it was 6 inches or 6 stitches in 4 inches. Like, it was a really massive gauge. So Erica was super excited about it. She had been looking for it or looking at it and just kind of wanted to see it swatched up. So Erica did start a swatch. She started, I think, on a 13, went up to a 15, and then we ended up on a 17. So yardage wise, 57 yards and 200 grams isn't a lot. And I've got 12, I got 18 skeins of this. I'm really excited about that, you guys. So that is something that I want to cast on. And then I had somebody gift me this pattern that I had been looking at. Caroline, you're just the best. And you guys, maybe she doesn't want her name out there either. Anyway, so look at that. You guys have seen this. It's called Agave by Yumiko Alexander. I may be smashing that name. It's got different sleeve options, which is always something that attracts me. It was in my favorites. Absolutely something I've been wanting to knit. I want to find the perfect, and it will be something that I've dyed. I'm going to start doing samples in my wool, so that'll be exciting. So that's something else I want to cast on. Now, something else really exciting has occurred, and that is Alex, my 9-year-old, recently tried on a pair of my hand knitted socks. The Everyday Sock by Knitwear by Rachel. Now, I've done several pairs of these in the last 6 months or so, and none of my kids wear hand knitted socks. I don't have many people in my life that wear knitwear. Alex tried on my hand knitted socks, the pink pair that had the wool that I got from my friend Sarah, and she's like, oh, these feel really nice. I really like these, Mom, and they fit her. And I said, well, why don't you see how they feel when you get them in your tennis shoes? And she's like, these are really great, Mom. And so I let her wear them for 2 days, and then it was time to change your socks, sweetheart. Like, it's time. And these can't just go in the wash machine. I do wash them by hand. And she's like, well, I need a pair for each day of the week. So Alex went into my stash and she found several sock yarns. I showed her which the sock yarns were. She found several that she liked, and she picked out all the colors, and she said, I want socks in all of these. Can you have these done by Monday when I go back to Daddy's? No, I cannot. I'm so sorry. That's not how that's gonna happen. So I do have some socks that I'm so excited to cast on with my new DPNs. So that's something else I plan on casting on. You guys looking at all these cast-ons. I was asked the other day, hey, I'm making my cast-on list, things I want to cast on. When's the next cast-on party? Denise, Thank you so much for asking the question. It made me look at my calendar, and it will be the Saturday after my trunk show, which is May 3rd. So we will have our next cast on party on May 3rd. If you guys are interested in participating in that, you need to reach out to me on Instagram or my email, okay? I need you to direct message me. Direct message me on Instagram. I don't need it posted in big Instagram groups because not everybody wants to read. Not everybody watches my channel. And maybe they're not interested in knowing what our cast on parties are. But if you are interested in participating in the cast on party, please instant message me directly and I will add you to that cast on party group. If you aren't on Instagram, please email me. My Instagram and my email are listed in the description box below, and I will make sure that you're on the list for the cast on party. Lots of things on the list. I wanted it to be after Mandy and Belinda over at Belinda Baubles finished up their Topping Out Mal, which ends at the end of March. And then I am getting geared up for my trunk show, which is at the end of April. So this is the first weekend after my trunk show. That's how we came up with that date. I say we. That's how I came up with the date. So that's the date of the next cast on party. Please let me know if you're interested. You've got several weeks to look at your calendar, several weeks to get to me. If you're watching this video weeks after it went up, if it isn't May 3rd yet, email me or instant message me on Instagram to be added to that cast on party group. The other thing that we might be doing would be bingo. Are you guys wanting to do another bingo? I love doing them. I've had so much fun doing them. Yeah, I enjoy it. And it's not an all-day event. It's a couple hours on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. If you guys are interested in doing that, please reach out to me and just let me know because if it's not something that folks are interested in doing, I'm not going to keep putting it out there. But if it is something that you guys want to do, message me and let me know. So I feel like I've covered everything. If not, I'll come back meet a little before or after my nail appointment. I have to take Cinder to meet the orthopedic surgeon today. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. My expectations are low. So pretty much anything that happens today is going to be exceeding my expectations. So we are going to go see the vet today. I have my nail appointment today, and I'm going to take my daughter some lunch right now. All right, you guys, I hope you're all doing well. Bye. Significant lighting change. It is now, I don't know, I'd love to tell you. It's now 10:20 on Tuesday evening, and I just got back from having my nails done. And like I said, I did my little coin flip today, and I did want to show you guys that I did weave in all of the ends during my appointment tonight. No more ends. All done. So this is finished, and I'm going to take off this. Oh, I got the music on again, you guys. Sorry. The whole copyright thing. I hope that wasn't too loud. Should I start over? Probably. Oh, I can't. I'll just see if I can edit that a little bit. Hopefully you can't hear the music over my talking. Hopefully I talked over a lot of it. So I am going to take off this Progress Keeper now because this project is done, and I may wear it tomorrow Today was, oh, you guys, what a day. What a day it was. As you would have seen a minute ago, I got a call from Alex's dad saying, hey, I thought they were going to feed her lunch. They didn't feed her lunch. I didn't pack her a lunch. Could you take our daughter a lunch? So I did. I took her lunch. And then Alex's grandfather, who lives with her dad, he needed help Bluetoothing hearing aids to a TV. So I tend to help him with his technology stuff these days, which is wonderful. And then I took Cinder to the vet, and she does need surgery. And we got that surgery scheduled. So she goes in for surgery on April 9th. She will be requiring, they'll have to be cutting off a portion of her bone and putting a plate in and a screw to give her knee joint more support. She's got about a 12-week physical therapy regime that will begin the day after surgery. So it was quite a day, you guys. Oh, it was such a day. And yeah, Cinder's gonna need surgery, and that's lame. But that's a lot of information for you guys, but I know some folks really enjoy the updates on the dogs. Anthony is doing great. He has an evaluation tomorrow. And I get to be at the yarn shop tomorrow, which I now can take my Slipstravaganza blanket guilt-free because I have an FO with no ends. Nobody can say a word to me about it because I have an FO with no ends. Because I took care of that today during my pedicure. So you guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I will see you guys after my absolutely amazing weekend with some of the most fantastic local ladies that I could even imagine spending a weekend with. So I will be doing that this weekend. Casting on probably some socks for Alex, probably casting on a hoodie or sweatshirt or cardigan or something. Oh yes, that's that cardigan. It's clearly been a few hours for me. That cardigan, which I would have put in a picture of for you guys. I'm going to make one for Alex and one for me. So I may cast on one of them this weekend. And I may just decide to work on that Slipstravaganza blanket, because what a great project to just go round and round and round with, huh? I will let you know how it goes. And I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, whatever time of the week it is that you're watching this. And I will see you soon. All right, bye.